Hey guys, today's the 5th of July 2025. My name's Daniel Schlala and I'm here with Alex Miller. How are we, Alex?
Good, nice to meet you.
Fantastic. So we've spoken about the importance of bringing back our functionality and our flex and mobility. So we're going to do a flex and mobility session today. We've been doing some resistance and strength training. However, we just had completed a strenuous upper and lower body split last night. So today, Alex has come in a little bit fatigued, a little bit tired from head to toe, and suggested that we do focus on stretch and mobility. So a little change of plan. However, more than happy to accommodate for my client, Alex.
Thank you.
How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Alex, let's just start off with some general stretches. So what we're going to do is get our body moving, get a little bit of blood flow going, and we'll do some torso rotations. Awesome, Alex. So what we're going to do now is some shoulder rolls. So rolling our shoulders forward. Okay, we're going to go for a nice wide stance on our legs and we're going to get some windmills going. So our right hand touching our left toe and our left hand touching our right toe. Fantastic. Looking awesome, Alex. How are we feeling?
Good.
Alright, fantastic. So we're going to do a mixture of stretches. We're going to do some functional stretches. We're going to do some dynamic stretches, and we're going to do some static stretches. How's that all sound?
Good.
Okay, so what are functional stretches good for? Functional stretches, Alex, are great before getting into some strenuous workouts. It's a really good way to warm up. Dynamic stretches are a great option before getting into some cardio. So if you're going to go for a run, you're going to do a little bit of sport, or you're doing a cardio session in general, dynamic stretches are a fantastic option. Static stretches is just good for overall mobility through the joints and flexibility through the muscles and ligaments. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll start with some functional stretching. So Alex will go for some squat combos. So feet shoulder width apart, chest out, shoulders back, a little hinge at the core, at the hips, pardon me. Squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, and we're going to squat all the way down, Alex. And you're going to have your elbows on the inside of your knees, and you're going to be pushing your knees out. So you should feel that in the hip flexors. Hold for a couple of seconds, and making our way back up. We're going to go for 3 repetitions. So nice and low, nice and slow, and big push and drive. From the elbows, driving the knees out. We'll go for 2 more. And hold, 2, 3, and up. Last one, Alex, let's go. And up. Fantastic, really good. How do you feel?
Good. Stretch.
Awesome. Right, Alex, so what we're going to move on to now is we're going to do our lunge combinations. So we're going to go for a nice little bit of width between our leg and our rear leg. Hinging back on the hips, chest out, shoulders back, core tight, glutes tight. Get our knee all the way down to the ground. And in this position, we're going to shift our body weight forward, get our chest over our knee, and you should feel that in the glutes and the hip flexors. Once you hold that for a couple of seconds, make our way back up and swap legs. So all the way back up. Nice, Alex, forward. We'll go for 1 more each leg. And rest. Okay. Awesome, Alex. So what we're going to do now is some bird dogs. So onto our hands and knees, and we're working with opposites. This is a great functional stretch for your core and just to work on your mobility and stability. So going to reach out with your right arm and kick out with your left leg. We're going to hold for 2, 3, 4, 5 and swap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and swap. And swap. We're going to do one more alternation each leg. So one more, let's go Alex. And final one, so reaching out with your left arm, kicking out with your right leg. And rest. Okay, how's that?
Good, that's good.
Fantastic, feeling good? Beautiful, okay, so we're going to keep our functional component nice and short, so we'll just stick to that. We're going to do a little bit of conditioning, we're going to do our static and dynamic stretches. Okay, so we're going to introduce to you, Alex, the foam roller, and this will release some of the trigger tendons in your hamstrings and in your calf muscles. But we'll start with the hamstrings. It's your choice depending on the amount of tension that you want to feel. If you go with 2 legs, the tension will be less while you roll out the hamstrings. Otherwise, if you want to go and get a little bit more tension in the stretch, you'd put one leg over the other. Do you want to give that a?
Yeah.
Awesome, Alex.
Sorry.
That's okay, Alex. All good. Okay, so we're going to start with the double leg and roll your body outwards all the way till the foam roller here gets to your glute. So maybe you might want to reach just a little bit more forward and roll backwards. Okay, is that a little bit easy, Alex?
Yeah.
Would you like to try doing a single leg?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's give that a go. And you should feel an instant increase in intensity in the stretch.
Mhm.
You feeling that a bit more?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's a little bit more concentrated with the weight onto the one leg rather than balancing the load between 2.
Mhm.
So we'll swap those legs around and we'll do your right leg now, Alex. Okay, now we're going to get the foam roller and we're going to place it under your calves. However, with this one, Alex, since the calf muscle's a little bit smaller, I'm going to suggest we do a double leg roll.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's proceed by shifting our body backwards and forwards. Nice. So a good bit of core activation here as well. You feeling that? And rest. Right, now we're going to lie down on our back, interlock our fingers, place them under our knees, and we'll get some nice dynamic hamstring pumps going. So the aim here, Alex, is every couple of reps, we want to extend that knee and aim to get a full extension. How does that sound?
Good.
Awesome. Right, Alex, and we'll swap those legs around. So now what we like to do is interlock our fingers, place it on our shins, and pull our knee right back to our chest. And we're going to take a deep breath in for 3 seconds. 2, 1, exhale, and pull that knee even closer towards your chest. Yeah, beautiful. Now, in this position, we're going to keep that tension in the knee, we won't release. What we're going to do is aim to get this knee to your opposite shoulder by pulling inwards across your body, just like so. How does that feel?
It's good.
Feeling good?
Mhm.
Right, feeling that in the glute?
Mhm. Feeling stretching.
And
Okay.
fantastic. Okay, we'll swap those legs around. So, interlocking your fingers, Grabbing your shins and pulling your knee to your chest. Shallow waist.
Alex.
Shallow waist. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale and pull. Awesome. And keeping the tension there now. Alex, you're going to pull that knee towards your shoulder. There we go. And keeping that tension, we're going to hold for another 3, 2, 1. Now staying in this position, we're going to lie down to our side. Right on our side, just like so. You're going to bring your heel back to your glute. This heel to your glute. And you're going to go for a line quad stretch. So the aim here is the further away your knee goes from your body, the more you're going to feel it in your quad. Okay, so pulling right back and pulling your knee away from your body. Awesome, holding for another 3, 2, 1, and we'll turn around the other way and begin our opposite leg quad stretch. So it's quite clear, Alex, that what we're doing is we're starting with the lower limbs, then we're going to move our way into the upper body. Okay, so what we're going to do now is cross over our legs just in front of our knees, and then we're going to come down onto our forearms and apply all the pressure into our glute where the knee is bent. Alright, Alex, holding for another 3, 2, 1, and swap sides. Awesome. Let's apply all that pressure into your glute off the leg where your knee's bent. Holding for another 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. So Alex, we're going to lie down on your back again. Okay, and I'm going to assist you with a hamstring stretch. So this leg's going to be flat on the ground, and you just let me know when to stop and when you feel like your range of motion is getting a little bit challenging.
Okay, that's good.
Just about there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to hold this position. Do we feel like we can go a little bit more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll hold it there, and I'm going to bring your toe down a little bit. Right, we're feeling that right behind the knee?
Yes.
And in the hamstrings?
Yes.
Okay. And we're going to stretch out the glute a little bit. Are you comfortable in that position?
Mm-hmm.
And are you feeling the effects of that stretch?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Where are you feeling that?
Here.
And rest. Okay. We're going to go over to the opposite leg now. So you just let me know when you start to feel a fair amount of resistance.
That's good.
That's good there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to hold for another 3, 2, 1, and rotate our leg inwards. You feeling that?
Mm-hmm. Here.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Alright, awesome Alex. So we're just going to stretch out our calves a little bit.
Okay.
So we're going to find a nice solid surface. So I'm going to suggest that we go against the wall. We're going to place that initial bit of tension on the toe, and bring our heel to the ground with
Okay.
resisting forces. Yep, perfect. Nice, Alex, great job. Alright, we're going to hold there about another 10 seconds. And we'll swap legs. Going to hold for another 5 seconds. Another 3, 2, 1. Both legs together. So both legs together just like this, Alex.
Oh, sorry.
And you're going to apply all that pressure onto your toes. And we're going to bend the knees. Apply the pressure to your toes, so bring the heels up off the ground. And bend your knees. Bend them even deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Should be feeling it right there, near your Achilles. Even deeper. And hold that stretch for another 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're going to open the gate now, Alex. So knee up to 90 degrees and external rotation in a circular motion with your feet coming back to the middle. And round the other way. While you're doing that, Alex, you might be aware that a lot of people do their knee ligaments when they're doing cardio exercises or sport. What tends to happen is they'll plant their foot flat on the ground and they either twist through the knee or they plant their foot and go for a rapid change of direction. And that stiffness in the knee is a big risk factor for ligaments getting torn. Ligaments such as your ACLs can keep you sidelined and doing rehab for about 9 to 12 months. So an effective knee exercise that you can utilise, which reduces the risk of doing these ligaments, would be having your feet together, knees together, hands on the top of your knees, and rotate your knees in a clockwise direction, just forming little circles. Okay, now we're going to go anti-clockwise, so swing it back around the other way. Fantastic. Okay, to finish off with your lower legs, I'm going to get you to sit down here in the mat. Feet shoulder apart. I'm going to feed this through. Just going to go to the halfway point. Okay. What we're going to do is get a little bit of tension in the bands by separating our legs a little bit, and you're going to pull your toes towards you and go for some external and internal rotation. Just a halfway and external rotation. You feeling a bit of a stretch in the ankle?
Yeah, here.
Oh, okay, interesting. Awesome. And we'll release, and we're going to do our upper body. So a nice little stretch to start off with is do you want to lie down on your belly with the chest on the ground. Right, Alex, this is to transition your legs into your upper body. So this will begin to take the tension from your glute into your lower back. So lying down flat, and without twisting, we're going to bring our leg around in this direction. So loosen this leg, and you want to swing it around the body, just like so. Keeping everything nice and flat. Okay, you feeling that a bit there in the lower back? We'll hold that there for a couple more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and spin around the other way. Holding for another 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. A little bit more for our lower back is we're going to drive our hips into the ground, have our arms nice and straight, and chest nice and high in the air. Holding for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to want to transition to bring our glutes into our heels and reaching out as far as we can. You might feel that a little bit in the lower back, but you should definitely feel that stretch in the lats there. So these are called your cat and cows. So we're going to go to our neutral position, which is just on our hands and knees, and this is going to be the position for the next 4 stretches. So what we're going to do is stretch our spine around both ways. So we're going to thrust our hips forward, tuck our chest, tuck our chin into our chest, and arch our spine, make a nice hard bridge pose, just like this. So we're going to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then transition by sinking our hips, sinking our shoulder blades, and getting that nice little stretch in the lower back. Holding for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to neutral. And what we're going to do is begin to stretch out our chest. So we're going to thread the needle, which is bringing our right arm and putting it through the gap between the left hand and the left knee, reaching through and bringing our palm up into the air as high as we can. Should feel that in the chest. And we're going to transition now, open up and touch the ceiling. We're going to go 3 each arm. And swap arms. Really good job, Alex. Okay, so a nice little stretch for your triceps will be to sit on your knees. Here we go. So sit upright on your knees, and then we'll just come up. There you go. With one arm, you're going to reach down the middle of your spine. So reach it down, and with the opposite arm. Yeah, we can stretch out like that, but what I'm going to suggest is we bring it around the top, palm putting pressure down on the elbow, and extending that range of motion. We're going to hold for another 3, 2, 1, and let's stretch around the other way. Holding for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Alex, let's take a seat. So we'll sit down on the mat. We're going to stretch out the lats now. So what we're going to do is, with your right arm, you're going to grab onto my left wrist. Just here. Okay. And you should feel this stretch right there in your arms.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
You like it? We'll hold that there for another 5 seconds. And we'll stretch around the other way. Okay, now you're going to place your hands just behind your head. We're going to stretch out your chest just a little bit more. Let me know when to stop.
That's good.
That's good there?
Thank
Right,
you.
I'll hold it there, no worries. We're going to go for a nice deep breath in. And exhale and relax. Okay. Now you're going to lie down flat in your belly, Alex. Arms in front of you. And we're going to begin with some shoulder pumps. So bring your arms up and down in a pumping format. Just like this.
Like this?
Okay, so into the straight.
Okay, sorry.
Nice, what a nice. Now we're going to make a Y shape. So this is for your shoulders. This is now going to hit a little bit more your side delts, L-shaped robot arms. This is going to be for your rear delts. Can make a T-shape. And reverse Y. Right, Alex, when you're ready, slowly and surely we'll make your way to your feet. And that should complete a full body stretch and mobility session. How are you feeling?
Stretching.
Feeling stretched out?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Nice and relaxed?
Nice and relaxed.
Okay, is there any irritation points or sites of injury? I know we've had this chat before and you said you're all good, but did you notice anything specifically maybe gave you a little bit of grief or everything felt okay?
No, everything was okay. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
awesome, no worries Alex. Well, great session, good stuff this week. We'll see you next Monday at 6:30 p.m.
Yeah, thank you.
See you then, no worries.
Bye.